Hello, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Tuxedo Ian, and we are getting back into our playthrough of Book of Hours. When last we left off, we had just completed reading some new books, and some of them were some very hard ones, including an 18 Edge book. And I got to thinking as I was doing some stuff today that I think the name of it is supposed to actually be The Wound Wounds rather than The Wound Wounds, because it is a book written in Kilisimi, which is a woven texture. So the whole thing is a wound wounds book made of tightly coiled metal threads. I don't know if that's correct, but it sounds right to me. Anyway, let's get back into it and see what we can get done today. Welcome back. Game loaded successfully. Hush House endures. Alright, so we have a new day, and we have some rain to work with here. We're making some Nillikant. We are reading another book here. We are reading a book here. We are reading a book here. So I think it's time we have Mrs. Kill finally come and open this rose-haunted hall. It is still springtime, so we've got plenty of time for that. Mrs. Kill stands ready to help. You always cheer me up, she says morosely. We'll get her started there, so we'll talk to her about the rain. And we have finished reading As the Sun His Course. Joel of the Bridge, a retired soldier and sometime tollkeeper, wrote this epic poem about Alexander's famously inexplicable decision at Issus to withdraw from the war with the Achaemenids, and his subsequent return to Macedonia. Alexander meets at Issus with Darius, king... excuse me. Darius, king of kings, for 3 days and 3 nights. On the first day, the two men trade threats. On the second, promises. On the third, secrets. Darius tells Alexander something so shattering that he retires to his tent to consider matters of strength and matters of mastery. At dawn on the 4th day, Alexander announces, "The sun has his course upon which he returns, and so do I." He returns to Macedonia, executing 2 of his captains when they dispute his decision. He brings with him the names of a blind god and a rite of sacred betrayal. For, Joel opines, without betrayal there would be an end to war. So 2 lessons on Sickle and Eclipse and a memory of contradiction. So we will note down memory contradiction for this book. Though we've got plenty of those. And pop this onto our red shelf over here. And we finished up reading the other book we started, which was The Sky, the Soul, the Grand Labor of Cal, an ascetic poet writing at the court of shadowless kings. Cal's verses are brief, obscure, and often dominated by images of violence. A star is a pinprick, but the sun is a wound. It's always possible to be deadlier, Cal states. The watchman goes before, none but 7 may go after. Yet surely we are born to the glory as the sparks fly upwards. 2 lessons on pyroglyphics and a memory of foresight. Wrong one. Memory, foresight, there we go. Like that. And we'll put this slow gem back where we got it. And throw this onto our red shelf up here. Nice home for it there. So let's see, we can definitely read A Journey to the Grove. Still need to learn Ramsund for that. 14 Forge is quite a bit. 16 Heart is quite a bit. 12 Nectar, we're a little ways away from that. So, let's see what else we have. We are reading that scale book over here, and it's halfway done. So let's see what we need for... Let's see, have we assigned Sickle and Eclipse yet? No, we have not, so we can get onto that, or we could apply that lesson to elsewhere. You know what? Edict's Marshal is going to be more useful for us than Sickle and Eclipse is. So we will apply at least one of those to Sickle and Eclipse. So we need Moon and Edge memories. We have one, so we can add another. We can do See Does Not Regret. And then we'll need 3 more memories for the next one. So we can do Moon, Moon, and we have a book we're reading over there, so we can come up here and read another one. Yep, our Plagued Core works there. So we need Moon, or there we go. Gospel of Zacchaeus will work to get us another Moon memory. And Pyroglyphics, let's see what's... Pyroglyphics is at level 3, so we need 2 more memories for that. We need Lantern or... So we can do... Lantern. And we can do... Lantern. And investigate, because we haven't examined this bust of Thomas DeWolf in the past. This bust is carved from limestone. And we're probably going to need that extra bit of Arab, so we'll go ahead and rest that at the inn here. We have a florin we can use. It is spring, and the landlady has served me a slice of her stargazy pie, with the pilchard heads poking cheekily through the hot crust. Let's take advantage of the weather while it lasts. So for right now, we'll talk to her and see if she can give us a memory of satisfaction. If not, we can read. Actually, we can come over here. Read the Tryst, and we need satisfaction, which comes from impertinent vigilation. There we go. So if she doesn't give us one, we have one working. Right, there's our bottle of Nillikant. And we have learned Thomas DeWolf, called Baron Silence, second of his line, astronomer or anoscoper who followed in the footsteps of his long-deceased namesake. But what was more important was getting that memory of sight. So that one is halfway done. We're almost done reading this one. So let's see what we can find. So this is the Hissing Key, an account of the ascent of the hour called the Mother of Ants by the Bossk scholar Mech of the Theban branch of the House of Lethe. Mech is not sympathetic to the Mother of Ants, who he calls the Milk Thief. He reviles her for her part in the death of the Seven Coils, which he presents as a treacherous conspiracy. The Milk Thief conspires with the Lygian Echidna and the hour-to-be called Chillark, now more generally rendered as Colonel, to unseam the Seven Coils with feathers and drown her in salt. The Colonel thus ascends to hour status. The jealous Milk Thief, once the Colonel's priestess, seduces Echidna into lending her the Hissing Key to enter the Mansus through the Savage Door, beginning her own ascent to name and ultimately hour. We've got a memory of hindsight and 2 memories of serpents and venoms. So we'll mark that with hindsight. And that can go onto our scale shelf there. So we will learn serpents and venoms. Use this to acquire a new skill. Oh, and she's given us a memory of satisfaction. There 'tis, and can be no tizzer. Oh, but I've already used a memory for her, that's right. So we are waiting on the Arab up there, so we will give her the scales to give her one Arab there, or one more Grail there. And we are done reading all of our books. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as soon as we've learned Serpents and Venoms there, we can learn our next level of Pyroglyphics. There's our other Pyroglyphics one. The Serenity of the Blackwood, an allegorical history of the House of Lethe, which it is here implied was inspired by the centipede. Sereno Blackwood is an occult alias to this day. That's just about done being read. And there's our Arab. It's done. Better now. We've acquired Serpents and Venoms. These are the mother's neglected children, and we prefer that they pass not through any door. Okay, so we're going to do Edicts Martial with one of the Sickle and Eclipse memories, and Memory Salt. And then we need Moon, so we'll do Tryst. No expert, but I'm no dabbler either. Give her the Arab to get her to 7. And then she can clear out this rose-haunted hall for us. Alright, so we have finished reading this book. The proverbial footloose gathers travelers in a wood and leads them through, but abandons them part way. They find themselves beset by glorious monsters. The travelers discover they can survive if they close their eyes, they adopt a closed eye as their sign, and that they can go unnoticed if they drink from the clear, cold streams. They never forget that proverbial footloose the centipede, but they never forgive her either. So that's given us some more lessons on Sacriline. And we can pop that down here. Hieroglyphics, Foresight, Sight, Revelation, Hieroglyphics, Faust. Eagerly we anticipate our work. Alright, so we'll put her down here. The rose-haunted hall. This room is rife with climbing roses, tangled in the lamps, sprawled across the table. The blossoms are a deep, deep red, one of those colors not often seen in waking life, and their perfume makes my head swim. Another of Van Loren's protections, or something else. In any case, it'll be arduous, careful work to clear it. So let's see then. So that gives us Sky and Moth. Sacriline is already at 5. So do we want to continue working with that, or do we want to boost something else? We'll consider that in a minute. But first, let's do Edicts Martial. get that other lesson of circle and eclipse in there. Need our metal. Okay, then we need hieroglyphics. We are going to need 4 memories. So we have lantern or forge. So let's count. We have 1 lantern and forge. 2 lantern. 3 forge. We need 1 more lantern or forge, and we have just the thing. We have that one for 4 lantern. Then we have our shaft, which has forge we can use to upgrade it. Serpents and venoms we can upgrade using our health. So serpents and venoms is scale and moon, and can be assigned to scolocoscopy or hushery. Probably put it in scolocoscopy, but we'll see where we want to put it. Alright, Edict's Martial is now level 4, 4 edge, 5 moon. And with that, we can now start working on a unique memory that only Edict's Martial can give us. So we'll go to the phonograph here, and we can create an old wound. Explore an old wound to awaken the violent resonances within. Edict's Martial with Prentice level moon creates old wound. For Scholar level recipe, add a memory and find an even bitterer dream. Alright, so next up we're going to do serpents and venoms with the lesson and the memory of hindsight and our health. And we can raise that up to level 2. And Mrs. Kill has finished her work. And we have the refectory. Here, the whole curia used to meet, the librarian and the secretaries Salvant, Vigilant, and Enigmatic. Sometimes even the secretary Nunciant, although the duties of that office usually kept him away from the house. But there has only ever been one secretary persistent, and she has never liked to eat in company. This was the good times of the curia's heyday. In later years, the governor of the jail would sit at one end, the librarian at the other, and the clock would tick away the long silences between their words. So we have 2 vases of lilies, a mask watch clock, reputedly crafted for the Mask of Masks during the Great Writhing. Well, we read about that earlier. And we have a piece of artwork, the hatching, human figure crawl from a clamshell. And then portrait of a behatted lady. The more prominent the headgear, the closer to the glory. Plus, we also have another room where we could hold a salon in the refectory, the room where once the curia met, a fitting venue for a salon. Here one might serve lunch in the afternoon or supper in the evening. A good host will provide at least 1 first course, 1 main course, 1 side dish, and 1 pudding. And we can check out the other rooms where we can hold salons. We can also be in the Hall of Division. Bring light back to the mirrors where once Lady Eva held court. There we can also have lunch in the afternoon or supper in the evening, with first course, a main course, a side dish, and a pudding. And the other area that we have open, we have up here in the chapter house, Peaceful, with elegant acoustics, although a little drafty. Here one might have 11s in the morning and afternoon tea later in the day. Neither event should include any intoxicating drinks. And the last place we have available is over here for now. We could have a picnic in the physic garden. The peace of flowers, the murmur of leaves. Here one might have a picnic, but only in spring or summer. Alright, so we are just waiting on that to finish up and our memories for hieroglyphics to be done. And while we're thinking about it, let's actually start. We have plenty of addresses now, so we have the ability to start planning for a salon. So we will, as soon as these finish, we will start writing some invitations and getting our people ready for a salon. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 memories. We add Servants and Venoms is now level 2. So then we add Pyroglyphics, a lesson, and 1, 2, 3, 4 memories. And our Shapt to complete it, and we have improved it to level 5. So satisfying to have come so far. Alright, so now we can, and let's grab our book, our writing case here, and we can stick it here on this shelf, on this table over here, just so it's already convenient. So we can look and see what all we have available. Let's start just throwing skills in and see what it opens up for us. So we could get Arthur Moore, Azita, or Shima. Let's invite Arthur. He seems like a nice chap. Just refill that. We could also get Azita. So that's 2. And while I'm thinking about it, we can invite one of the townspeople up to visit us, so we'll invite the Kills. So we'll use one of our core, and we hand her the writing case. Invite the Kills up to Hush House. Mr. Kill is clearly excited and remains courteous. Mrs. Kill is courteous and may be excited. As ever, it's difficult to tell. The Kills have sent a gift ahead. They've sent me a pumpkin. Mash it, eat it, hide forbidden documents in it. And a card for the Kills visiting. The Kills will attend the next salon in their Sunday best. The Kills are pleasant company, but are not as erudite as some of their visitors, and may be slightly less productive of lessons. This card will remain available until the Kills have attended a salon. So they are a visitor villager. Someone from Brenkrug has accepted an invitation to the house. You can only invite one villager at a time to the house. Pyroglyphics is now level 5, so it has 5 lantern and 6 forge. And we have 2 Sacralime lessons here. We'll hold off on those for the moment. We did have... Oh, and we're finished with our... We have created an old wound. The wound is visible, the pain is not, which gives us Edge, 2 Moon, and 3 Winter, of all things. And it is a persistent memory, although it does not have any evolution trait to it. The only persistent memory that we can get that does not. So, we were actually thinking, we did have this Lake Fucino recordings. We need 12 heart to get it finished. So we can grab this one to get us, because we can put 2 memories into the phonograph. So we'll use that one, which will give us 2. And we can use Perugian Diaries to make a cheerful ditty, which will give us another 2. So that will give us 4. We have 2 from the core, that will be 6. And then we need our highest level, which will be Edicts Inviolable, which will give us 5. That will put us just 1 shy. So actually, we might want to use those Sacralime lessons here on Strings and Songs to level it up. But we can attempt it and see if it'll let us do it, because we would only need 1 extra point from something. And we have plenty of things that will give us 1 point of heart. We have Geminiad 3 that needs reading, but we're all out of moth things right now. 6, 7, 8. We need 4 more points, so we'll hold off on that for the moment. If we were to make the proper memory. We'll wait until nightfall and start that so we can read the Geminiad tomorrow. Okay. So if we have it ready, we will start dreaming on this Memory of Satisfaction. And let's see, who else can we invite? Peel from Crete. So we need something with moon. We can use Ornoscopy. Perlentide. Yep, we can use Perlentide to request Yvette or Connie. But we need 7 for Peel. So what we can do is we can go to a different desk that can take moon. Add the typewriter in our writing case and add inks of containment. And we can request Peel's presence. So that's 3, 4. We have room for 1 more person. So let's see who else. We could invite Connie or Yvette. We could get Shaima. Or Father... Let's actually see if we can get Father Stanislav. So, spices and savors. So we need to use a forge desk. So we'll collect our 2 memories here. We have... This is our forge desk. So we can request Serena. Or we could get Father Stanislav. Let's invite Father Stanislav. He seems like a nice guy, and having more nectar ability would never hurt, since he is a gardener. Alright, so we can start at the ear's apprehensions. In its dissolutions, one heard the terrible, ominous note, and a goblin with increased malignity walked quietly over the universe from end to end. Perhaps distant thunder. You've provided heart, but not enough yet. So we'll add our 2 memories, which takes us to 6. And then Edicts Inviolable, which gets us to 11. And we will start that, and then we can use either memory or a soul fragment when it comes due tomorrow. And there's our invitation to Father Stanislav. So that is 5 people we will be inviting. So just to check what we are going to need for them. So Arthur likes lantern food and drink. So luckily we have a golden marrow, which we can use. We just add the knife and our core, and we can make a golden stuffed marrow, a dish with heart, lantern, and nectar. So that takes care of Arthur. For Azita, we need edge, food, and drink. So we can use where did it go? Oh, we must have used it already, but we need we have some Schloss Jennings we can use for her. For drink. Let's see, we need a lantern drink as well. So we can give the dandelion wine. Will give us lantern. So we'll hold the dinner in the refectory here. So dandelion wine. And some Schloss Jennings. Pour it out. The kills will eat and drink anything. So we can grab our isle water here. And we can pour some of that out. So there's the kills. Aaron Peel wants moon, if I remember correctly. Yes, Dr. Peel likes moon food and drink. And then Father Stanislav likes heart food and drink. So for Peel, we can do some more water. So we can just put the pitcher of water here. And then we need something with heart. What do we have down here? Anything with heart. Okay, Schloss Jennings has heart, so we can put that up there. We can finish off this bottle. Alright, so that's 5 drinks for 5 people. We have the golden stuffed marrow that we are making, which will give us heart and lantern. So we need to find something with moon, which I believe we have. We have some pickled mushrooms. Those are moon and heart and edge. So that covers pretty much everything. So we just need to find 3 more things to put out for eating. But we can worry about that on the next go around because we are just about out of time here. Oh, there's a bottle. There's a glass of Schloss Jennings that we missed. That's what I was looking for. Alright. So we will go ahead and we will wait just a few seconds and see what this phonograph recording is going to ask of us as a finale. Got some sun. The sun is not what it was, but today he is smiling. So there's our memory of satisfaction. So let's see. We'll just wait just long enough for this extra bit here to tell us what it's going to want to finish reading or to finish listening to Lake Fucino recordings. A piece of soul, ubi sunt, or some furniture. Well, we have that. In abundance, we have this core we can use. And even though it's maladied, we can still use it because it still counts as an element of the soul. It doesn't have to be a whole element. Stuffed golden marrow. This marrow was accounted a beauty among its kind. Now it's a dish for those who understand fidelity. So that is 2 of the dishes that we need. And we have our garden plots here that we can do. So what we're going to do is we are going to harvest from our garden. The earth is quiet, not barren, only sleeping. Harvesting is possible in a different season. We can get grapes this season. Pluck the grapes from the vine, and we can turn those into a salad. We can make grape salad. And we also have an egg. And we can boil that egg and turn it into a boiled egg. Don't ask me why a boiled egg has winter. It just does. So we finished listening to the Lake Fucino recordings. Recordings of the folk dances of the Fucine marches. The wailing of flutes, the roaring of drums, cries like birds lost in the marshes. These are the songs that the sister sang to the witch, that the Thunderskin roared to the sky, the songs with which the Duindrudzones of the Mansus keep their vigil. Once heard, they are not forgotten. So that has given us a beguiling melody and 2 lessons on drums and dances. So beguiling melody, that's something new. We haven't seen that before. So we will collect that and refill it. And mark this with beguiling melody, because that is something new that we will be able to use. And just so we do not forget about it, we will grab this and put it down here into our memories pile onto the unique memories section, which just barely fits onto the shelf. And we can grab drums and dances. Use this lesson to acquire a new skill. And with that, I think we will go ahead and call it a day. We've done quite a bit today. We've started setting up for a salon. We've acquired several new skills, and advanced some. And we are working our way towards learning a new skill. So, thank you for joining me. Hope you've been enjoying watching what I've been going through here. We will be back tomorrow. If you like what you've been watching, please leave a comment or a like down below. If you want to see more of these, please subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow.